Hey, it's Jason, aka the Lincoln Addict. We're out here at the Lincoln Ranch. It is soon going to be sold to some new folks, so we're just kind of checking this place out. One, maybe two last times before it goes into new owners' hands. Check out some of the cars that are here. If you like the channel, please consider subscribing. Leave a comment below. These cars have seen better days. There are some parts left. As you guys know, many of you know, these are unibody cars, so when they rust out, they're pretty bad off. You can't even say from ashy to classy. It's like the opposite with these. You can see this one's sitting up here. See how bad it's rusted. See how roof. A lot of these came this way to the ranch years ago, over the years. Some have been sitting a very, very long time. Now, I'll show you one cool thing that John did many years ago. For anybody that was out here before, there's one. There's one. There's some parts back in here. For anybody that ever came out here to visit Tim or John over the years, either this place was the mecca for parts for a very long time. But you can see they had their fair share out here. All this stuff has been sold. And this is kind of behind the scenes. A lot of stuff that, even coming out here, I didn't spend really a lot of time going through all this stuff. I used to just talk to Tim, rest in peace, and Dennis and John, if John was here. It's kind of funny, I feel like I'm doing this urban exploring. I've been watching these videos on my YouTube channel of all the people that go in the different mansions that are abandoned and stuff, and obviously this kind of workshop area has seen better days, but this is our friend Blair's boat. Old school. You can see all this stuff was really organized at one point. Bill Durham, smoking tobacco. This thing was lined with parts. There's another building that had parts in it, like no tomorrow. And there will be new owners of this place here in the next several weeks / month, maybe 2 months. Like I said, I had a lot of good memories coming out here talking to Tim and getting to see just different parts and parts cars that came in that were being stripped. Like I said, a couple more buildings, but this is just one to kind of show you guys and some of the behind the scenes stuff. Check out this tree. if you called John back in the day, this is where, you know, he'd probably be out here working in the workshop, rebuilding, doing whatever. Say, what up, Balls Bowling? No brakes, dude. This guy's running circles around people. Out here hustling. We were on the boat yesterday for a little bit after we moved some cars. 6 acres here, believe it or not. All back there. Train tracks over to my left. There's this building here. There's another nicer building that John had put up. I believe it was him. That's up towards the front next to where all of those cars were at. But that's kind of personal stuff in there right now. Many of Lincoln spent time out here. Customer cars. This was an area where a car sat a long time. And then, you know, you had these two little covered areas, and then you have the big lift. This used to be lined with all kinds of license plates right here. John Cashman and Tim, as well as Dennis, they have over the years given me a couple of different cool license plates I have hanging in my shop. Just want to go over here one more time before we end it out. You can see the old Tiki Hut over there. Apparently the parties were awesome back in the day. Time has not been good to these Lincolns. This one, I'll walk through. Here you have a later model. You have this guy chilling. Kind of see basically how this was cut. I've cut a couple of these cars up, and there's some thick metal in there to really get these to be, you know, cut down. Kind of see right here, actually, kind of a unique view, and some thick metal. But you know, these cars were built like a rock, but obviously, depending on the conditions, that over the years, many of them, Tim or any of these guys will tell you, over the years, that these cars were up north or anywhere near the salt, it just would tear through these things. My car came from up north and actually was maintained fairly well. I had an undercoating on it. Even though I scraped a lot of it off, it actually helped kind of protect it. My floor pans were a little crusty. You can buy those. But yeah, a lot of these cars, if they just weren't maintained, or they were left outside, or they were driven a lot in the winter, they just became rust buckets. And when I first got into Lincolns many years ago, I was always like, oh man, another one's getting crushed or picked to the bone. Then you realize when you start seeing some of these cars, I've seen them come in from Connecticut to Boss Boland's place, and man, they're just gone. I mean, there's nothing that could have saved them. Yeah. One sec. I wonder how long this tree's been here. Here's the backside of coming up on the cars. These will get taken out of here, and any parts that can be rebuilt or used, like window tracks, door handles, anything and everything will be used. You can't ever discard a Lincoln because you can't buy a lot of these parts. As many of you guys know, you can't buy a lot of these parts anywhere. So you have to use what you got. But sometimes these cars are just too far gone. You see, I always talk about how they'll rot out. Look at all the holes. See daylight. Now, I dug through here earlier to see how bad these seats were, and this top part might be the only part that can be reused, but after you take it apart and sandblast it and clean it or acid dip it, I mean, it's a lot of work. Sometimes it's just too far gone. Here's a prime example. Tony and I were looking at this hood earlier. This hood looks not too bad from out here. There's a couple spots, but where it's been sitting, all those rust holes, that would cost you more to repair this hood than it would be just to end up buying one. Here's the building that I wasn't going to show inside of. I believe John put this one up years ago. Had 2 electric garage door openers. I believe they got hit by lightning years ago. This is what they look stripped down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and show you guys the couple of the small buildings that were on the premises here, and then we'll wrap up this video. It's a real nice day. Beautiful skies here in Florida. Again, the train is over here. They hear that come by all the time, and I'll show you guys a couple more things on the property. So over here, we just went back here a minute ago. It's really nice and peaceful out here. It's just off the beaten path, you know, out here in Lithia. It was kind of fun because, you know, I watch all these urban explorer guys, really cool videos on YouTube, stuff that people find, abandoned mansions and stuff. Of course, this thing has seen better days. This was the chicken coop. And show you guys in here. Kind of a cool place. This actually had a bunch of parts in it. Just remnants of seat tracks. You can see, again, pretty cool property, piece of property. Gotta watch out though, you never know. There are some cats around here. And they'll scare the heck out of you. So many ferns. So what Dennis told us was that this was, as the gentleman that lived here, as his son got older, didn't want to live in the house. So they built this for him. And you can see it's just decaying from lack of people living here or maintaining. All kinds of different signs. Garage sale stuff. Wood paneling. Kind of reminds me of the 70s. Got a poster over there. Famous artist. Seats. But yeah. I think that's all I was going to show you guys today. Again, this place is being sold. And we had this unique opportunity to kind of come over here and take a look at it one last time. Maybe one more time, we'll have to see. This is the Lincoln Ranch. I had helped Tim set up the Lincoln Ranch on Instagram, but we really never did anything else from there. He had the website, and then someone came in and bought everything, and now there's new owners that are going to come in, and yeah, it'll be off to someone new here soon. There used to be a car sitting over here for the longest. One other cool thing I wanted to show you guys was a lot of Lincolns have been taken apart over here over the years. I came here with my big trailer and I had sold a car that I was going to buy from Tim, but Tim wanted to restore it. And then he unfortunately ended up passing away. So we sold the car and it went to Texas. Lincoln Street. The car went to Texas. The guy I follow on Instagram, he's basically building the car as a resto mod. It was a California 62, but it was an early 62 model. Had the little latch deal that goes over the keyhole. Tim told me they continued that in, I think into 62, but only the first few months maybe. But I'll try to share a photo of that from when we were out here in years past. Hopefully again that you've enjoyed this little bit of Lincoln history here on Lincoln Addict channel. I know it's sad to see the cars get to this point, but hopefully some of these parts will help other people finish their dreams. Rest in peace, Tim Nill, the Lincoln OG. Thanks for watching, y'all. We out, y'all.